Hello, this is yet the third drawing of the entry stage for 2024. And the one we're going to do is this one here, which is called I'll call it ABS cup. Just to make a difference because maybe I have another drawing called cup. So as usual, I put it for a few minutes so that you can capture any dimensions and then we'll go straight into the drawing. So I'm going to remove it now and then we'll go to the drawing. So I'll also bring a small drawing here and then we start. Now this drawing is a bit complex because it has so many dimensions and they are spread almost everywhere. So we're going to need most of the drawings at the same time. So we draw from the top plane. We're going to start with that big circle there. I do circle 40 mils. It's 20 radius on there. So I just put 40. And then after that, I will draw this triangle because it seems that most of the dimensions come from that triangle. Okay, so L for line, and I'm going to draw a small triangle around here from which we shall derive our drawings. I hold control down and I'm going to make this one construction because we don't really need it for anything much apart from projecting from it. So the lower side of this small triangle is 12.3, as you can see from this drawing here, and then from the bottom here to the top it's 11.3. And then the angle between this one and that one is 56.6. Okay, so these are now size dimensions. Then now let's look at the position dimensions. That point there is from this circle is 24.4. That's our position dimension, and this same point to the top center is located at 15.7. Okay, so we have that, we have 15.7, and that gives us basically some of the dimensions we need. So L for line, the bottom edge is a straight line going in that direction. We don't know how far. We're going to do that from dimensions. And then let me put these dimensions this way. We need a line here which will be parallel to this edge. So I do L, I draw a line which is going to be parallel to that edge, and it's also going to be tangent to the circle here. So I do parallel constraint, and that one is now parallel. And then I do tangential constraint there, and that gives us that shape on that side. You can do with a bit of trimming. Always zoom in so that you don't trim what you don't need to. Okay, so there. Now we will have from this edge, if you look at those dimensions, it is 2 mils and 2 mils on both sides. So we're going to have that pocket 2 mils from that end. By the way, let's also remove this so that we don't have a lot of cluttering around here. Okay, we may lose some dimensions, but we can put them back. And there's one dimension here which I think we should keep, which is important. Oh no, that one is not there. But these ones are okay. Now we offset that edge. Offset that edge. Ideally, it should be 2 millimeters, but if we add on the fillet, we will do 2.5. And then we offset this side as well, which should be 2 millimeters, but because of the fillet, we do 2.5. Okay. Now this one was a chain. I shouldn't have done a chain. I need an offset. I don't need that. I just need this edge, which is 2.5. And then along here, we're going to draw a line, L for line. We're going to draw a line from, let me go somewhere there, up to somewhere there. And that line is going to be parallel to this one. So constrain it with the parallel constraint. And then we can extend. There's one line I see is not reaching. Extend that one. Now, maybe I do a bit of trimming. Okay. So this line is the like the central line. So which means that if we add on the fillet, we need to push that one inside 0.5. And then yeah, then we trim off those ends. I didn't want to trim off that line, it can remain there. Need to trim off that and that, and we need to trim off that and that. Okay, so now we have the shape almost coming. We need to change that one to construction, and for the time being, that will be the path of the pocket. Then after the pocket, then we will have the fillet. So in this corner here, we need to put a 4 millimeter fillet. We can put fillets all around, or maybe do it. Let's do it after I've done the extrusion. So we're going to use this twice, this sketch. So I'll do E for extrusion, and then I'm going to extrude that. I click on both because I want all of it to be extruded, and by that height there, 20 millimeters. So I put in 20 and enter. So now that will be the first. Now we are going to do the pocket there, and we're going to use the same sketch. So if I push this one down here, if we open down here, we'll see that the sketch is switched off. So I'll switch on this sketch again, and I'm going to do my extrusion now. So where the sketch is on, I'm going to project it. Letter P, and then I'm going to project, hoping that we click the correct lines. Oh, that one, yeah. So that is now the pocket. So I click OK. Go to small house there. I do E for extrusion and do minus what? 2. That will be the pocket. Now I'm going to put fillets around this pocket in 3D of 2 millimeters. There and there. Then I put 2. That is now our pocket. I'm going to do 0.5. Another fillet, 0.5, and that finishes that top part. So everything seems to be okay. I go to here and I draw the top, which is the top circle. If I put this one here, we need to draw that shape there. That shape is going to be 26. This will be 26 mirrors. Then extrude that one by that's 5 mirrors. Then click OK. And after that, we fillet it with 0.5. If I do that, that should be able to do both sides. 0.5. And I'll click OK. Then after that, we're going to go to the bottom. Put a sketch. There's a cut at the bottom. That one there, which leaves 3 millimeters. Oh, something we missed out. Before we go to that one, I'm going to go back. I'll drag this one up to there and possibly up to there because I missed something. Then I'll shell this one. Put the shell. I shell that side with a thickness of 3 millimeters. I say OK. Now if I pull back this one, you should be able to sort out everything. But it should be hollow inside there. So you can see that's a good way of making a correction by pulling backwards. Now if I go on this side, I can't pick the actual face. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pick one of those lines and then I'm going to draw a sketch. So in this sketch, I'm just going to use a line and start from the curved edge there. Go that way. This shape I'm just going to draw anyhow, it doesn't matter. And then I pick line again. I start from here. And then go this way. Let me bring our drawing back. So I just want to put that gap there. So after that, I can trim off these ends in. Not quite necessary. And then I'm going to extrude cut this so that I leave 3 mils at the bottom. So since it is 20, I'm going to do extrude cut, and the distance I pick the okay, it's not a full, do a line and make sure that the whole thing is closed, and then I do extrude cut, and I just put in -17. Sorry, edit proper, and cut. And cut intersect. Oh yeah, I think it is picking another. It's probably picking another. Okay, let me edit this feature. If I could drag it, oh yeah, it's the wrong side. Drag it down. Yeah, I was doing the wrong side. So it's actually 17 because I'm coming from the bottom. Okay, so you can see now that one is okay. Then we are going to do those other shapes. I do another. From that point there, I'm going to draw this here. So I do line. I do center line here. Shift a little bit. Line. And then center line. I'm going to change that center line into a construction. And then I'm going to do a slot here. I'm going to do a center to center slot. Just a moment. Let's draw this one here. We have a PCD of 50. So I draw a PCD of 50, pitch circle diameter, and then I go to slot, start from there, go down, go to the right, and put this one is a diameter slot, so that will be 4.7 times 2, that's 9.4. To give us a radius. If we remove this, that should give us a radius of 4.7, and that's what we require. If I did P for project, then I can project the dimension of that. and then trim off. Trim off this, that, and trim off that, and trim off that. Didn't trim off properly here. P for project. Yeah, I did one side only. Okay, then I trim off. That, trim off that. Yeah. P for project. I need to project that line. And then I trim off that. Okay. So we have that one there, and we have another one at this end, which is 45 degrees. So I'm going to do a pattern now. I do circular pattern. I select those lines, get the center point, select all that, select the center point, do partial, and then have only 2 instances, and change this angle to 135. And I click OK. Okay, so that line seems not to reach, so we can extend it. And extend that line, and now they are all active. Then I go to circle. There is a hole there of 5 mils. Another hole this way of 5 mils. Enter. E for extrude, and extrude those 2. If I turn this a bit, so it will be going upwards, which is okay, and it will be going 10 mils. So I put 10 and click OK. So now we have those on both sides. Now on the top of this one, I'm going to draw a cut, which is that curve there. So I can do a sketch here, and that cut is for radius 7. From the same center. So I do, let me project geometry first. P for project geometry. And then I go to center point. I need project geometry also for this and that. And then I go to center arc from there. Our arc is 7. And then I start the arc from around there to there. Should be okay. And do the same thing here, center arc. Do the arc from there. 7. Okay, so it's picking that one okay. So if I can just turn this a bit, I do extrude, and then I'll pick that and pick that. And then the end point, I just choose object, make sure it is a cut, and I choose the base of that, and should be able to cut it on both sides. Okay. And ideally, that is all we need to do. We need to put here a 0.5 all around. So if I just click on that face, it should be able to put it. It's too many faces. Let me remove that. So if I touch on that, let me just touch on the edge. And then put 0.5. That one should finish off everything. You can hide the sketches. It's maybe looking a bit messy. And then I will now I will change the color. I go to appearance. And then I'll just put an orange color. Maybe let me first put a material, which is plastic. Maybe yes. Paint. I just put a red. And that will be the end of this drawing. Okay. See you in the